If you have ever wanted to make pap from scratch, just like the one sold in the market, this video is for you. In this video, I will show you step by step how to turn dry corn into soft, creamy pap, also known as Akamu or ogi. Let us begin with our main ingredients, dried corn, also known as maize. I am using 2 congos of corn for this batch. I start by pouring some of the corn into a tray and carefully picking out the dirt, stones or chaff. You can't pour everything at once. Take it in portions so you can clean it properly. This step is very important because if you don't clean your corn well, your pap can end up with a funny taste or unwanted particles. Once I finish picking, I add enough water. The water should be much higher than the corn. I use my hand to turn it around to make sure every grain gets wet. Then I cover it and leave it to soak and ferment. I started soaking mine around 10 a.m. on Saturday and I left it for full 3 days. By Tuesday morning around the same time, it was ready. After 3 days, you will notice some dirt floating on top. That's normal, just use your hands to remove them. Then pour out the water gently and add fresh water. Then I wash the corn with both hands, turning it around to remove any unpleasant smell or dirt. This washing process helps your pap come out fresh and prevents it from developing that nasty smell later. I scoop the clean corn little by little into a sieve, drain it and pour it into a new clean container. Then I pour more water on the corn and repeat the washing process 2 more times. This is the secret to getting a clean, fresh smelling pap. If you skip it, your pap might develop an off smell after grinding, and we don't want that. After the 3rd washing, then you are good to go and it is time to grind our corn. You can use your local mill like I did, or if you have a very strong blender, that works too. At the mill, the lady first added the soaked grains and add a little water, using a wooden stick to push the corn into the grinder. After the first round, she poured it back in for a second grinding. This step is what makes the paste very, very smooth. I covered it and allowed it to ferment for about 6 hours. After 6 hours, we will sieve it using a cheesecloth. This is what gives you that smooth pap texture that looks like the one sold on the street. To make the sieving easier, I dilute the paste with plenty water. Don't be stingy with water here, it helps the milk come out freely. When I began to squeeze, the liquid was not coming out easily. It was hard work and my hands were struggling. The cheesecloth was clogged with chaff. I could see the chaff still holding a lot of milk. It was heavy and wet and not dry at all. That told me I had under-diluted it. So I stopped and I fixed the problem properly. I took the remaining thicker paste plus the milky chaff that was in the cloth and I added plenty of clean water, not a little but enough to really loosen everything. I mixed well until the whole mixture looked light and watery. This gave me 2 bowls of well-diluted slurry ready to sieve. I was also moving containers around because I had limited bowls, so you will see me change containers while working. Now I began the first sieving properly. I poured each diluted bowls one after the other, bit by bit actually, into the cheesecloth. I gathered the corners and squeezed firmly. Because the slurry was properly diluted this time around, the milk flowed out smoothly and easily. After finishing both bowls, the chaff looked much drier, meaning we had extracted most of the pap milk. Earlier, I mentioned that if you want your pap to ferment more, you can leave it longer, but I left mine for just 6 hours. Now here is why some people actually prefer to leave it for much longer. When pap ferments naturally, it develops something called probiotics. These are the friendly bacteria that help keep your stomach and digestive system healthy. They help balance your gut, improve digestion, and even make it easier for your body to absorb nutrients from food. That mild sour taste you get after long fermentation, that's those natural probiotics working their magic. For many people, especially women, this kind of fermented food can really help with gut health and general wellness. But personally, I don't like my pap too sour, so 6 hours is just perfect for me. It still has that fresh taste without being too tangy. And if you're wondering how to make your pap last long, even without using a fridge or a freezer, make sure you keep watching till the end because I'll be showing you a few simple but effective ways to preserve it so it stays fresh for a very long time. If you watch to this stage, please help to like this video. Thank you. Before the final cleanup, I wash the cheesecloth and rinse my bowls to remove any stock chaff. This keeps the second phase clean and makes the next step easy. Finally, I did a second sieving. I pour the collected milk back through the clean cheesecloth one more time to remove any tiny chaff particles that might slip through the first time. This second pass is quick and gentle because most of the chaff is already gone. You will notice only a little residual comes out. The result is a smooth and milky liquid ready for settling. We will leave the pap liquid to settle and separate from the whey. This can take anywhere from 16 to 20 hours, so I usually leave it overnight. If you want it to ferment more, you can leave it up to 3 to 4 days. I left mine for just 24 hours and the result was perfect. Once it settles, the whey will be at the top and the pap will be at the bottom. We will carefully pour out the whey, making sure not to disturb the pap beneath. So how do you store your pap after this? Let me show you 3 easy methods, whether you have a fridge, a freezer or none at all. If you don't have a fridge or a freezer, pour out the whey like we just did and pour the pap beneath it in a smaller container. Add enough water to cover the top of the pap and change the water every day. That daily water change keeps your pap fresh. It will continue to ferment slightly every day so your pap stays alive and flavorful. For the freezer storage method, pour the pap into a cheesecloth like we just did, then tie it up tightly and place it in a sieve over a bowl. Then put something heavy on top and leave it for 3 to 5 hours. You can leave it longer if you want. This drains all the remaining water out, giving you a firm pap. Section your pap into small nylon bags. Put them in a bowl, cover and freeze. Whenever you want to use it, bring it out ahead of time to defrost. The third method is sun drying. Once you have drained out all the water and your pap has become firm, simply break it into small pieces and spread them out under the sun to dry completely. When it's fully dry, blend it into a fine powder and store it in an airtight container. This dry version can last for several months, and if you don't have blender, you can take it to your local mill to grind it but into a powder form, or you can use your mortar and pestle to pound it until smooth, then you can run it through your fine sieve. Now let's prepare our pap. Put some water on fire to boil. While waiting, add a little water to your pap to make it into a thick slurry, not watery, because if it's too light, your pap won't come out nice and thick. Stir it properly to make sure there is no lumps. Once your water boils, pour it into the pap in a circular motion, then cover it for 1 or 2 minutes. Open it and stir it continuously until you get that perfect smooth texture. Just look at how rich and fresh it looks. You can enjoy it with milk and sugar or pair it with akara, moi moi or puff puff, even bread, whichever you like. And that's how to make pap from scratch, right from dried corn to the delicious Nigerian breakfast we all love. If you have learned something new today, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment and share it with someone who would like to learn. Tell me in the comments, which of the preservation methods do you prefer and why? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.